Hi friends, back to the class. Today's topic, peripheral nervous system and the autonomic nervous system, from the chapter nervous system. So what is mean by peripheral nervous system? The peripheral nervous system refers to the nervous system. It consists of brain and spinal cord. So it's mainly outside the brain and spinal cord. Okay, the mainly consists of cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. The first one, peripheral nervous system. This consists of two nerves fibers. The first one, cranial nerves, and second one, spinal nerves. First of all, you want to know what is the cranial nerves. Where is the cranial nerves present in the body? Okay, so the cranial nerves, that's emerge the nerves in the brain. It's only there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves in the human body. It's all distributed on the head portion. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves present in the head region and transmitting and receiving the impulses. Okay. And next one, the spinal nerves. The spinal nerves present in the body, all over the body. Means that is spinal nerves distributed all over the body except the head. Except the head. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves present in the human body. And next one, autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system. It consists of ganglia and the fibers. Ganglia means the mass of neurons. Okay. It is also controlled by involuntary actions of the human body. Involuntary actions of human body. So here, the autonomic nervous system mainly two types or two systems. The first one, sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system. Sympathetic and parasympathetic. So these are the opposing the work, means opposing the our actions. I will explain the parasympathetic and sympathetic. There are two characters or two actions given here. The first one, the sympathetic system means that's only that producing, means that some work, means some system, some of the actions done in the body, and the parasympathetic action means that control the sympathetic action. So I will explain the one point here. Accelerate the heartbeat. Some particular situation, what happened? Suddenly increase the heartbeat. What happened? So the parasympathetic systems control the heartbeat, slow down the heartbeat. So it is a one peculiar action in the human body. It's a very important for us. Sometimes some particular situation, what happen? Our heartbeat is increased rapidly. As a result, the parasympathetic system activate and control the heartbeat and slow down the heartbeat. Okay, I hope understood this topic. And next one, raise the blood pressure. In the case of some of the situation, the human raise the blood pressure. What happens? With the help of the parasympathetic, that lowers the blood pressure. So it is only done by the help of autonomic nerve system. Okay. And the next one, very important topic, stimulus response. Stimulus response. What is mean by stimulus response? Stimulus means, I hope, it is the message from the outside environment. Outside environment that received by our organs and sent to our particular part of the body. As a result, we are taking the action towards the message. So, stimulus response, how to respond. So this stimulus, there are two types of stimulus. First one, external stimuli. External, that's from the outside source, outside the body. And the internal stimuli, that is message from the inside. Okay, there are two types of stimuli. One is external, one is internal. So next one, mechanism of response coordination. Mechanism of response coordination. What is mean by mechanism? It is a one particular pathway, particular step-by-step process. So for example, some of the message is coming from the outside. For example, sound. What happens? The help of the sense organ, ear is also receiving the sound. and sent into inside the body. That's changing into electric impulse. That message, sound message transferred, means converted into the electrical impulse and sent into our spinal cord and brain. Then brain will take the decision that sound is not danger, and what is the message. According to the message, the brain will give the response and reply to the effector side, means effector organs. So let's see the process. There are three types of process. The first process, receiving the stimuli. Second one, processing the stimuli. Third one, transferring the response. First one, receiving the stimuli. What is meaning of receiving? That's very simple. Receiving the message from the outside. According to that message, what happened? We are taking the control, means we are taking the action about that particular message. In the help of which nerve helped to us receiving this message? In the help of sensory nerves. So sensory nerves receiving that message and sending to our brain and spinal cord. Okay, that's the first process, receiving the message. Any kind of message, for example sound or smell or light. This type of message received in the help of the particular organs and sent into the brain. First process. Second one, processing the stimuli. So for example, processing means some of the action. For example, kick the knee on the stone. What happened? Suddenly take the action. Otherwise we are putting the finger on the hot water. What happened? We are take away from the finger from that water. Means that is not good for us. So here, that message, that hot message is also sending to the brain. Brain will decide, process it. That message is not good for human health. Not for the human. So what happened? In that time, the brain will decide it is not good for us. That's why given the message, reply to the message to the effector site. So that as a result, we are take away from the finger or part of the body from the hot water. So the brain will, after receiving the message, the brain will calculate and arrange in this message it is good or bad for the human. Okay, that is the second process, processing the stimuli. And third one, transferring the response. For the first one, we are receiving, we are accepting the stimuli, and according to that message sending into the body as an electrical impulse, that's transferring in the help of the motor nerves. This message transferred to their body. Okay. Then after that message sending to the effector site. After sending to this message on the effector part of the body. Okay, these are the three steps of response coordination. The mechanism of response coordination. The first one, receiving the stimuli. Second one, processing the stimuli. And the third one, transferring the response. And next one, reflex action. What is mean by reflex action? It is the automatic response of effectors. Automatic response of effectors to a stimulus is called reflex action. It is an automatic response of effectors to a stimulus is called reflex action. Okay, I hope you understood this topic and this sentence, reflex action. So the automatic response. How to automatic response? I will give you some examples about the automatic response, otherwise the reflex action. So here some examples given here. The first one, knee jerk reflection, and second one, pupil reflex. reflex, pupil. And third one, coughing, cough. And the blinking of eye, it is also example of the reflex action. And producing saliva, and response to pain, These are the examples of reflex action. So that means some of the particular condition, means bad condition, what happen, that body act towards that message or that stimuli, that is called as reflex action. For example, some of the body or some of the action, what happen, that coming towards the eye, what happen, our eyelid going to blink. What is this? That means escaping from that situation. So the blinking of eye is also example of reflex action. Otherwise, the heavy light is also passing towards our eye. As a result, what happen, our pupil become activated, and the response to the pain. What happens? Suddenly we are face the pain, we are withdraw from the hand or the part of the body away from that object. So it is also examples of reflex action. Okay, reflex action means that's a automatic response to the stimulus. And next one, some of the reflex actions that inbuilt, the form of birth, starting of infancy. Okay, so here that is called inborn reflex. So the inborn reflex means these are the inherited, it's in our body, inherited, need not be learned. So that means that's inbuilt, means in the body is always present. So some of the examples is given here: walking, and the grip reflex, and sucking reflex. These are the examples of the inborn reflex. So the babies also starting their walk without guiding anybody. So that automatic start. So this is also example of inborn reflex. And grip and sucking of something. So what happened? These are the examples of inborn reflex. Some of the examples of reflex action. So written here, the first one, withdrawal of hand on touching fire. So what happened? Accidentally we are touching the fire. What happened? Within microsecond we are withdraw, means take away from the hand on that matter, means that fire, on the fire. Okay, that's the first example. Next one, sneezing or cough or vomiting when the nose or larynx or pharynx irritated by a foreign particle. What happened? We start to cough or start to vomiting while our nose or pharynx, larynx irritated by some particular foreign bodies. Okay, this is also example of reflex actions. So I hope all of you understood today's topic. The first one, peripheral nervous system. Second one, autonomic nervous system. And next one, that's a reflex action and the inborn reflex. So all of you learn it thoroughly and practice, means is read the topic very carefully. Okay, so I am going to conclude this topic. Thank you.